What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in with a preview of Trials of Osiris in episode Heresy. Trials is going to return this weekend, starting from the 14th of February. That doesn't mean a return of the Chicken Man himself, that's one drippy costume, but of course Same 14 will still be running the show. However, we do have new rewards for Trials, and equally as important, very significant changes to how the rewards are actually earned. So if you're not a flawless player, Trials will get a hell of a lot better this episode, whether it's weapon rewards, additional drops, and even the ability to go to the Lighthouse without being strictly flawless in the traditional sense. So we're going to recap everything changing in Trials, new rewards, and the systems around that. If you guys enjoy the video, a rating below really does help us out. And now, let's get into it. So first up, in terms of rewards themselves, we do have the new armor set. So we've got the Meow Meow Hunter right here, one of the more curious looking sets. A bit more traditional would be the Titan and Warlock sets. We have the Titan here, and finally the Warlock. Some pretty nice armor, and that'll be earned in different ways this time around. We'll touch on that in a moment. Also, Trials has got some pretty cool cosmetics coming up. Initially, there's the Khufu shell, if I'm not butchering that name, and these are kind of animated this time around. Most impressive, probably, is the ship, the Sacred Barak. And as we play around with shaders on this, it's gonna look pretty wild. Finally though, we have the Sparrow, the Amulet S. Again with a kind of beetle theme and moving limbs, which is pretty cool. Finally, for brand new rewards though, Trials will get a new sniper, which is called the Keen Thistle. This is a solar aggressive sniper, and the left column can roll Snapshot, Lone Wolf, Under Pressure, Incandescent, and then Envious Arsenal, Slick Draw, or Triple Tap. And the right column can get Opening Shot, Closing Time, Discord, Bait and Switch, Moving Target, Vorpal Weapon, 4th times the Charm. Plus it will have Trials, Crucible, and Hake Origin traits, so that's the brand new weapon, but we'll also see the return of the Exalted Truth, the Void Adaptive Hand Cannon. And the left column can get Slide Shot, Lone Wolf, Destabilizing Rounds, Moving Target, Zen Moment, Keep Away, and Withering Gaze. With the second slot, able to roll one for all, Repulsor Brace, Eye of the Storm, Demoralize, that's a new perk this episode where precision final blows cause nearby targets to become weakened. Plus it can get Magnificent Howl, which will be very interesting, and it has Opening Shot and Precision Instrument as well. In addition to those, other weapons like yesterday's question, Aetius Care, Tomorrow's Answer, and Astral Horizon will still be available to draw. So there are a couple of good reward updates in general right there, but actually getting Flawless or to the Lighthouse and all of the rewards has been switched up significantly, and Bungie have introduced some new passages. So firstly, there is the Lighthouse passage, and Bungie say, when you have this, it will utilize open skill matchmaking, and it grants access to the week's Trials of Osiris tournament, with each victory granting significantly improved rewards, and each match completion with a full fire team granting a bonus chance for additional rewards. And when we have this card, reaching 7 wins will grant access to the Lighthouse, and will gain additional bonus rewards from the Lighthouse chest based on your longest win streak on the passage. So it will account for flawless win streaks, active win streaks, weekly win streak rewards, and individual wins, which contribute to the unlocks it will get, and the repeatable Lighthouse chest rewards, which are earned on every Lighthouse visit until a flawless passage is earned, includes basic stuff like Enhancement Prisms, Base Trials Weapon, and Trials Armor, as well as Osirian Ciphers, Ascendant Shards, and chances at Adept Trials Weapons. So Bungie have said there'll be 2 chances to earn Adept Trials Weapons with each Lighthouse chest, and the chances for a drop are dependent on the highest weekly win streak and the number of wins completed as a full fire team. So for the weekly win streak, the percentage chances for those drops at 1 win are 30%, at 2 wins, 60%, and at 3 wins or more, 100%. So this card will allow you to still go to the Lighthouse even if you have a loss, and if you have 3 or more wins, you are guaranteed an Adept Trials weapon. That's a significant change. And along the way, of course, on top of the materials, there'll also be Trials armor dropping from this. Then for the weekly win streak rewards, at a 1 win streak, there'll be materials, as you can see on top, also an Adept mod, and 50 progress points towards the exotic Ghost Shell for Trials, as well as the Trials emblem, which is called Hardened by Trial, and we can see a preview of that here. But a 2 win streak will grant Osirian Ciphers, and a 3 win streak will grant the Ciphers and Trials armor. As we can see here though, if you get up to a 5 win streak, you'll get the previous rewards as well as a yellow Trials Glow, a base Trials weapon, the Trials Memento, and 30 points towards the Trials vehicle, not sure if that's Sparrow or ship, Bungie haven't clarified, as well as more progress towards the Ghost Shell, unlock for Trials shaders, and flawless emblems. Then if we get a 6 win streak, there'll be a white Trials Glow, and a 7 win streak, the flawless passage, will give a red Trials Glow, as well as an Adept weapon, a base weapon, and a flawless passage, which we'll touch on in a moment. Once we complete complete a Trials passage though, it will become a completed Lighthouse passage, and games after that will utilise weekly performance-based matchmaking, so it will account for your skill over the course of the weekend, but of course allows us to continue to earn rewards. Then there is the Trials of Osiris passage, where we can play against other worthy opponents and prepare ourselves for the journey to the Lighthouse in a lower stakes arena. In terms of the rewards for this one, wins grant reputation, chances for Trials engrams, a chance for a base Trials weapon, and a small amount of progress towards the Trials Ghost Shell. But extras for that playlist include playing in a full fire team granting bonus rep, a chance for base Trials weapons and engrams, and there'll be bonus rep for playing with clanmates, and challenges that reward pinnacles and Trials armor pieces. The other passage in particular though is the Flawless passage, and that utilises weekly performance-based matchmaking if everyone in your fire team is on a completed Trials Flawless card. And while playing on the Flawless passage, every match that you win will grant a chance to earn Lighthouse chest rewards, including cosmetics, and continuing to play on this passage will match you versus other players with similar weekly performance. Or, if you play with other Guardians who've not yet completed their passage, you can help them reach the Lighthouse. And so essentially, the way to choose which passage you want, if you feel like you're decent at PvP, but maybe won't go flawless and still want to get the most amount of rewards, you're going to want to pick the Lighthouse passage, because even getting a couple of win streaks will grant some very juicy drops. Play that, and you can continue to get them by carrying on playing. But if you want to dip your toes in and sort of get started, see how it actually plays out, the Trials of Osiris passage is a good starting point if you're a bit less confident. Still grants reputation and progress towards a lot of the Trials rewards, but reduces the pressure significantly and means that you'll be playing against other people who have a sort of similar objective. So on paper here, this seems like a really good rework, and it's going to enable a lot of players to get more rewards from Trials. Importantly, you can now go to the Lighthouse without going flawless. You can also earn Adept loot without being strictly flawless. And as we mentioned, all the time that we're playing, we'll be unlocking progress slowly but surely towards some of those really unusual Trials cosmetics. So there we go, that's a quick preview for Trials of Osiris now that it's changed in Heresy. I feel like a lot of people who perhaps haven't been playing Trials for a while will fancy dipping their toes back in. That of course means a higher player population, more reasons to actually go into the playlist, it's more generally rewarding, which subsequently improves that experience for both casual and hardcore players who can still be recognised with that more efficient path to the rewards. So I think it seems like a win on paper. Of course we will see how it plays out in the game, but I figured a recap on all of this was worthwhile considering there are so many system changes. So there we go guys, let us know if you'll be jumping in. If you found the video useful, a rating below really does help us on the channel. Also be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you posted with more Destiny content. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.